I'm Beth Ann, and I'm going to introduce my educational philosophy presentation. First, we're going to start with explaining that childhood is not a race to see how quickly a child can read, write, and count. Childhood is a small window of time to learn and develop at the pace which is right for each individual. Basically, what this is saying is give the child time. Let them develop, let them learn, let them explore. They need that openness to go ahead and become the unique individual that they are. My philosophy, I feel, for education is, like I said, every child is unique. Not one child is the same. Therefore, they all need to learn and develop on their own. Excuse me. The environment needs to be safe. You need to have the right tools for success. You need to make sure the environment has the tools low enough for the child. Have enough materials, blocks, art center, science, water activities, things that the children can encourage, themselves to explore and engage with other children. Child initiated, when they do that, they foster confidence, trust, creativity, anatomy, and acceptance of their individual differences. As a teacher, I establish positive personal interaction, nurturing each child's growth and education. It's okay to give the child credit. It's okay for a child to have a bad day. It's okay for them to not want to do an activity. That's, their choice. And, maybe it's not something they're interested in. So we have to keep that in mind as well. I'm going to plan for areas of development within my centers to include content knowledge, professional disposition, human relations. I'll include, different standards. I'll do observations. I'll include the community. I will have teacher conferences with parents. I will definitely have, my number one goal be communication between the family and myself and the child. Family involvement is very important to me. When you have families being involved, then it helps the child and it helps myself to better understand the child and the educational needs of the family and the child together. Excuse me. A flexible curriculum to offer diverse materials. You might have a child that has a physical disability, so I need to adapt to that situation. I need to adapt to ELL learners. I've learned a lot over the semester on how to use resources and properly help the families and interpret what they need. Problem solving, imagination, creativity all go hand in hand within the center. With myself as a teacher, I will let them explore as they need to be. The tree over here that I have on my board, learning starts with the learning roots, meaning the teacher, the facility, the assessments, the observations, the equipment to see what we need to do and how to get the children to be where they need to be. Then we go into the learning areas where that would be the different skills, physical, cognitive, emotional, communication, creativity, social skills, things like that. Then it flourishes up to the top of the tree, which would be, the family, the community, the environment, the program. Can we balance everything? Give them hands-on activities. So that's a little bit about that. And we will go into the photos. For example, these children here, they're representing having fun, using the artistic, being creative, use their imagination. Music is a great one. You can do so many different things with music. It teaches so many different developmental opportunities. And this photo shows a teacher outdoors reading with children and exploring, and they have their feet in the water. And they're having fun. They're learning. They're not only being educated, but they're having a great time doing it as well. The photo over here shows a teacher exploring with the child on her lap, nurturing her, teaching her, reading to her, and the other child is listening. And they're getting so much out of that experience. The elements of play-based learning, it's okay to have some structured learning, I believe, but play-based as well, because it's self-chosen, it's enjoyable, it's unconstructed, it's process-oriented, it's make-believe. So basically all of these are a great way to have a child explore and know what's going on around the world. If a child is playing dress-up, they're learning so much from the dress-up. They're learning maybe a different culture. They're learning what they're going to need in social skills, emotional skills later on in life, how to cook, how to clean, the basics, things like that, as well as playing and having fun. this is just a little bit of curiosity. You know, they're learning so much out of this. They're learning force and motion from science. They're learning colors. They're learning, you know, what is wind. They're learning, you know, counting, things like that. So many different developments. It takes a big heart to help shape little minds. I totally believe that. This job isn't for everybody. Therefore, you have to have patience, you have to have confidence, you have to have sincerity, things like that in order to be a teacher. This is back to the dress up. This is a little girl where she has a hat on and sunglasses, and it looks like it must be cold out because she's got a long sleeve shirt on, enjoying herself. And then lastly, the benefits of play-based learning is the cognitive development. You know, they gain literacy, language skills, problem solving, representation, develop motivation and curiosity. You know, then it goes down to the physical, where they practice fine motor and gross motor skills. They build muscle coordination. They grow through tactile experience, you know, things like that, where outside, being on balance beams, running, jumping, playing hide and go seek, whatnot, which goes into also social emotional development. They build friendships. They learn how to cooperate. They learn how to share. They learn how to resolve their own conflicts. They become confident and motivated. They explore on their own interests, you know, and they build friendships. So therefore, I think that overall my presentation really builds on character of the educational philosophy, stating that as a teacher, I believe that, you know, I have the confidence and the skills to allow children of all ages to succeed. Thanks.